I was standing inside my bank, staring at my balance on the screen, knowing every dollar I owned was technically mine, but completely untouchable. No warning, no explanation. And when I asked for help, they smirked. What they didn't know was that a $3 decision was about to cost them far more than they could imagine. If you ever felt powerless while someone with authority treated you like you didn't matter, if you've ever wanted justice without breaking the law, then hit like, subscribe, and settle in. Because this revenge didn't involve yelling. It involved patience, psychology, and letting the internet do the damage. I never thought I'd be that person. You know, the one who ignores every warning sign because something feels friendly. Instead of using a big national bank, I decided to trust a small local credit union, the kind with handwritten signs, smiling tellers, and posters about community values. It felt human. It felt safe. I transferred a decent chunk of my savings, or not everything, but enough that I'd need access to it regularly. And for a while, it worked. Until one morning, when my ATM card simply stopped working. No decline message. No error code. Just silence. I walked into the branch that same day. The air smelled faintly of printer ink and cheap coffee. The usual calm hum of people waiting their turn. I explained the issue politely. The clerk barely looked at me. She typed something, paused, then slid a small slip of paper across the counter. "This is a withdrawal code," she said. "You can use this at the teller instead." I asked why my card wasn't working. She shrugged. System thing. No urgency. No concern. Still, I trusted them. Mistake number one. A few days later, I tried to transfer money online. Denied. I tried to withdraw at the branch. Denied. That's when I received the email. Your account has been flagged for internal review. Access to funds will be temporarily restricted. Temporarily. That word did a lot of emotional damage. I called customer support immediately. The first agent sounded bored. Your account is under review. I asked why. Accounting discrepancy. I asked what discrepancy. We can't disclose that. I asked how long it would take. No timeline. That was day 1. By day 7, I was anxious. By day 14, I was angry. By day 30, I was something worse. What made it unbearable wasn't just the frozen money. It was how they spoke to me. The pauses when they heard my last name. The sighs. The way one agent said, "Well, sometimes international customers don't understand how our systems work. I was born here. I paid taxes here. But suddenly, I was being treated like a problem, not a customer. Like I should be grateful they were even speaking to me. 6. Powerlessness sets in. Bills don't stop because your bank messes up. Rent still comes. Groceries still cost money. Life doesn't pause. I found myself doing mental math constantly, calculating how long I could stretch what little cash I had left elsewhere. Every phone call ended the same way. Polite deflection. Vague answers. No accountability. And the worst part? They made the mistake. The system had delayed deducting a balance internally. No overdraft. No fraud. No wrongdoing on my end. Yet I was being punished. One afternoon, after another dismissive call, I just sat there staring at my phone. Jaw clenched. Shoulders tight. Heart racing. I wasn't even angry anymore. I felt small. That night, I vented to my family back home. And that's when my younger cousin, barely old enough to shave, casually said, "Why don't you just embarrass them online?" I laughed at first. Then he explained. There were services, shady, cheap, effective, where people would post custom complaints on social med, real-looking profiles, localized names, believable language. It sounded ridiculous. Then he showed me the site. $3. That's all it cost. Less than a coffee. Less than a parking ticket. I selected American-looking profiles. Wrote prompts like, "Bank froze my funds for weeks without explanation. Customer service treated me like a criminal. Avoid this credit union at all costs." Then I clicked submit. Within hours that started, 1 comment, then 5, then 20. By the next morning, hundreds. Facebook, Twitter, Google reviews. Every post sounded different. Different writing styles, different complaints. But the theme was unmistakable. This bank could not be trusted. I didn't comment. I didn't react. I just watched. Their cheerful marketing posts were buried under angry replies. Is this true? Why isn't the bank responding? I was considering opening an account. Not anymore. The silence from the bank was deafening until my phone rang. Hello, this is a call center manager. His tone was different. Careful, measured, concerned. He said they understood my frustration, that they valued my experience, that they were willing to immediately release my full balance, plus a $50 compensation, transferred anywhere I wanted. No more review, no more delays. I listened quietly. Then I asked one question. So what changed? He paused. That pause said everything. They hadn't fixed a mistake. They had felt pressure, and they knew they couldn't trace it back to me. The power had shifted. When the transfer completed later that day, I felt something I hadn't felt in weeks. Relief, not joy, not triumph, just the calm satisfaction of balance restored. Funny thing about power, institutions only respect you when they're forced to. I didn't break a rule. I didn't threaten anyone. I didn't lie. I just made sure the truth was loud enough to be heard. If this story hit home, smash that like button. Subscribe for more stories where arrogance meets consequences. And tell me in the comments, what's the smartest revenge you've ever seen or planned?